Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video, and I want to talk about the 20 gem comic books on Veve that we have right now, and also compare to the new Punisher comic that's coming out, the Amazing Spider-Man 129 that is dropping. And I want to ask the question, is this Punisher comic worth it, at 20 gems? Because my last video, I did a breakdown of the comic, and I did a breakdown of like my predictions, but then they came out and they said that this is a super limited run at 20 gems in the store. So I wanted to look at the other ones in the store that had a 20 gem price tag and see if this comic is worth it to go for it on the drop, because at that 20 gem level, it does get a little bit more interesting for sure, and whether or not it is something that is worth going for, specifically on the common and the uncommon variants. So if you do like this video, make sure you hit like. And make sure you comment down below. I want to know, after you see this video with this information, if you're going to be going for that, Spider-Man comic or not. And I'll give you my opinion about what I think, if you should go for it as well. If you do want to join this channel as a member, get into my comic book rewards programs as well. I will be having more comics this week for my members, on Discord, and as well, if you own a Drophead NFT, and you get one for free by joining the channel. So just sign up today and you can get in on those rewards for sure. So let's get into this, you guys. 20 gem comics on Veve. Is the Punisher comic at the same level? And is it worth it? And are you going to go for the drop, right? So here's the Punisher comic that is coming out. You can see this is actually quite a good one. Oh, let me just go back up to that. This is actually quite a good one right here. It's a very famous comic. I talked about this in my last video. Lots of people are talking about this comic right now, but it's going at a 10,000 super limited run. And it's 20 gems. Now, there's only a few comics that have actually had this happen in Veve, and they are like some of the highest level comics we have. But we do have one comic in there out of those that I'm going to show you in just a second here that this might compare to, in my opinion. And actually, so you can guys get an idea. We're trying to figure out whether or not going for the drop is a good idea on this one, specifically at that price. Now, here are the 20 gem comics that we have on Veve to date. Okay, and if I'm missing anyone, please let me know. But these are the ones I believe we've had, starting with Amazing Fantasy at 20 gems, back in August. And then we had Amazing Spider-Man 300, Jim 83 with Thor. Then we had Fantastic Four 52 with the Black Panther. And then most recently, the Iron Man comic and Tales of Suspense. You can see at the top level here, these are all the current market values of these comic books right now on a common variant. $350 for that Amazing Fantasy, $29 actually for Amazing Spider-Man 300, which has come down a little bit, $44 on that Journey into Mystery, 15 gems on this Fantastic Four. This is a 20 gem comic out of retail. So this one's under retail. And of course, there's the Tales of Suspense at 40. Okay, so and down below, I put the fair market value of the highest grades, just for comparison as well. You can see Amazing Fantasy, about a $2.8 million on a 9.6 or a 9.4, one of those two. And then the Amazing Spider-Man 300 only goes for about 4,000 on a 9.8, but there's tons of them, right? So like this one has a big market cap. Then you got 340,000 on the highest level for Journey into Mystery, about 50,000 on this Fantastic Four comic, and 276,000 on the Iron Man right there. Now, this comic right here has a fair market value for a 9.8 of about 30,000 US. So all of these are 20 gem comics, super limited print runs, right? Now, this one is 30,000. You can see that this Fantastic Four with the Black Panther actually has a higher value in the real world. Slightly less copies available for sure at a 9.8. Then the Amazing Spider-Man 129 with the Punisher. And this one is actually under retail, in the Veve app right now. So the question is the Punisher worth it to go for at 20? Is it going to go under retail in the aftermarket? Because it's not as high level as this Amazing Fantasy or this Tales of Suspense or the Journey into Mystery. It's a higher level than Spider-Man 300. So what you're having here is you're having a scarcity value sort of battle with popularity and whether or not this is going to be worth enough, right? So you can see Spider-Man 300 is very popular, doesn't have the real world value, but it has tons graded, so the market cap is high. The Fantastic Four, you'd think this one right here with the Black Panther would be worth quite a bit more in Veve than it is right now, and maybe it's just undervalued, but I think the popularity issue is factoring in here. I think this comic is more popular, the Spider-Man 300, than the Fantastic Four 52 in Veve itself. even though this is an absolute beautiful comic. Will the Punisher comic be popular enough as a Spider-Man comic? Okay, so here's my answer to you, okay, is that I think this comic will be worth it going for 20 gems. I'm going to go for it. I had to think about this though. I'm going to be honest with you. I was not expecting a 20 gem price. I actually think that this comic should be 10 gems in the market. If you look at the last few comics, like, if you actually look at giant sized X-Men, for example, that was 10 gems. And that comic actually is doing quite well in VV, right? And I don't think this one, in my opinion, should be at the 20 gem level. I think this one should be a 10 gem comic right here. And you see those other Spider-Man 2 and 4, those ones are actually, a 7,500 mint runs at 10 gems as well, and then we had Spider-Man, with the lizard, and that one was even better, right, as a drop. So this one, I don't think it should be at 20 gems, but it is. But will it still sell out? For sure, I think it will. Will it still be worth it to go after? I think so, but just keep in mind, if you're going after this one, this could go under retail on the common and the uncommon. I actually think the common will probably go under 20, and I think the uncommon, and I think the common has a chance to go under retail as well. If you're looking back here at this one, this Fantastic Four right here, this one is down to 15 now. So you might want to wait and go after this one in the aftermarket. You could do that because that 20 gem barrier is very difficult to go over. You might want to go for this one to land a secret rare or something like that, because, that could also be worth 300 or 400 gems or so. But the common and the uncommon could go under retail, but I'm still going to go for this one. I still think it's worth it. It's a mint one for sure. And I will be looking for a 3-digit common in the aftermarket as well. Now, it's up to you guys. Now, you guys tell me what you think about this comic at the 20 gem level. When I did my previous video, I wasn't anticipating this at 20 gems. I think it should be 10. I don't actually like this at 20 gems. I don't think it's big enough of a comic to be at that level. But, if you're going for popularity, it definitely is. Okay, so it's kind of a funny one. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next video. If you're going for the drop, good luck. And happy collecting.